Disclaimer, this is a topic that goes way deeper in the depth I'm diving into in this video. This video is not a breakdown of Jacksonville gang politics. In this video, my plan is to take an overall look at Kshordy's life and legacy and comment on what I feel could have led him into getting involved in street politics and what makes him one of the most tragic tales of stolen youth to come out of Jacksonville. Thanks, I hope you enjoy. Tyrese Powell, better known by his stage name, Kshordy, is a prominent drill artist coming up from Jacksonville who tragically had his youth stolen from him due to his involvement in street activities. And I feel he's the perfect example of the tragedy that is Jacksonville's youth. When he was coming up, Kshordy would be raised in one of the most well-known apartment blocks in all of Jacksonville, that being the Hilltop Apartments. If you've watched my previous videos, you would recognize these apartments as the same place Fulio and most of his 6-block crew is from. It's safe to say it's not the safest of apartment buildings in Jacksonville, but at least they have a very strong community. It would be this community that would push Kshordy into getting involved in street activities too, but bad influence is better than no influence, I guess.
Are you sure about
Kshordy grew up on the poorer side of things. While his mom would try her best to provide for all his wants and needs, she had 5 kids to feed and not a lot of spending cash to go around, so Kshordy was often left wanting. This problem would become way more prevalent as he started to go to middle school, however. When he'd see the other kids pulling up to school wearing gold chains and grills and nice clothes, all things Kshordy always liked but never could afford, this would spark Kshordy's interest in the streets as a way to quickly get money. It didn't help that being from Hilltop, he looked up to Fulio and the rest of the gang members in his neighborhood. Crime was basically the easiest path to get to the place he wanted to be, so he took it. I can't really blame him there. Slightly unrelated to this, but not fully disconnected, Kshordy would get close with and develop a strong friendship with Fulio's younger brother, a boy by the name of Adrian Gaynor, who you might know better as Bibby. And because he was hanging out with Bibby, he'd also be around a lot more 6-block members in general, probably pushing him more into criminality, but I mean, he was already there, so I mean, it wasn't that much of a push. Kshordy would go on to say that this was the driving force behind him jumping off the porch. And this, of course, came with legal issues. When Kshordy was 16, he went to a function, and at this function, someone attempted to take his gun. In the struggle, Kshordy would begin firing the gun into the crowd, which led to him getting attempted murder ×4, and he wouldn't end up getting out of jail for this until he was 18. Whilst he was locked up, he would consistently talk to Bibby on the phone, and he would go on to say in later interviews that Bibby was one of the most supportive friends he had at the time of his arrest. But Kshordy was beginning to worry for Bibby's safety quite a bit, warning Bibby not to hang around Fulio as much as he'd become a target. Unfortunately for the whole of Hilltop, a tragedy would strike not even a week after this morning. On February 25th, 2019, Bibby would be stalked and gunned down in Hilltop apartment complex, and this would send waves through the entirety of Jacksonville. As a result of this incident, many of Bibby's friends joined or created gangs, vowing revenge for him, and most of the anger and heat was aimed at Ace and ATK off one of the shooters, Queso, being pointed out by the witnesses to be the killer of Bibby. Kshordy would hear the news of his best friend's passing while he was in jail, and the news broke him for a little bit, especially off the fact Kshordy had literally just warned him about hanging out with Fulio.
That's the same Bibby that's Fulio's brother? Okay.
Before he died, a week before he died, I called him on the jail phone. And I say, I see you out there. If you turn, I see you with Fulio, you doing, I'm like, but don't get caught up in that, bro. I was like, you know how bad they want him. They'll get anybody just to hurt him. That shit fucked me up bad. I mean, like, when I heard that over the phone, and he died 4 days before my birthday, I just told you, like, I talked to you a week before my birthday. I told you, just chill, like, you gotta chill. You go to a fraternity school, you have to ride the bus. Like, somebody can like follow you. I'm telling him this on the phone. I explained his death to him. I promised to God I explained his death to him.
After his 18-month sentence was up, Kshordy would be out attempted to go fully into music as an attempt to stay out of trouble, and because of the timing and its release being damn near the same time as the peak of the Jacksonville wave, his first song would take off like a rocket. Kshordy's first ever music video was for a song that went by the name of Tired of Shooting, and it cemented him as a drill artist to look out for, if not creating one of the biggest artists out of the wave. He would diss in his songs, but streetwise, Kshordy was attempting to chill out. This would all stop when rivals dragged his girlfriend into the beef, however. On March 19th, 2020, a few weeks after turning 19, Kshordy would be coming home from a date with his girlfriend, driving, when 2 hitters pulled up in front of the car, hopped out, and began lighting the car up. When the cops arrived at the scene, they saw Kshordy shot up and injured. They rushed him to the hospital almost instantly. Sadly, Kshordy's girlfriend wouldn't be so lucky, and she was pronounced dead at the scene. After this unfortunate incident, Kshordy dove fully back into the streets, and it's hard to blame him. After losing your best friend and losing your girlfriend over shit you probably caused, it's the worst feelings you can have. I can't blame him for anything he did after this. With this success came paranoia. Because of the beef in Jacksonville and the fact he was now a known rapper and a target, he felt he couldn't walk to the store without fear of getting followed and getting got. Then, in August 2020, Kshordy would be picked up again by law enforcement for a shooting that happened at a convenience store. He was found a block away from the incident with a bullet in his leg, and he was near an automatic rifle with his prints on it, so they took him in. In court, they even used a song of Kshordy's talking about the incident to help persuade the jury of his guilt, and sadly, it worked like a charm. Genuinely, this is one of the worst self-snitching cases I've ever seen. Like, this is even worse than the Boosie case. I don't even know how it's possible. About a year after the 2020 shooting, in 2021, Kshordy would catch rival rappers Wappa with the Choppa, Green Light, No Face, and Spin a Benz at a gas station, and he'd spray up their car, hitting No Face in the head and injuring the other three in the car. The police put out an APB on the vehicle that did the shooting, and eventually found the Range Rover Kshordy was in when the shooting occurred. After a small car chase, both Kshordy and LaCracker would be caught by cops and taken to jail for guns and bullets that they had in the vehicle, as well as Kshordy having on the exact murder clothes he did in the shooting. Bro didn't even change, what the fuck? Kshordy was promptly booked for the murder of No Face, that's an unfortunate name, I'm not gonna lie, and the attempted murder of Wappa, Greenlight, and Spin a Benz. Of all these crimes, Kshordy would be eventually found guilty and sentenced to a 12-year stint in jail. Kshordy has said in interviews how he's not a gangster, and he wasn't raised by his mama to be like that, but I don't even think that matters anymore. However, all the experiences in your life make you what you are, and I feel Kshordy was never given a chance to be what he wanted to be. I'll give examples of why I think this. For one, Spin a Benz and Hella Rivals often post hella pictures and videos of Kshordy and his friends being sus
What
as
the
fuck.
hell is this?
Now, while they are competing in the Zest Olympics with all these, they are obviously joking. They are joking in ways I would never be caught dead joking, but they are joking, and it shows Kshordy and his friends weren't looking to be gangsters when they were coming up. They were just kind of joking around. While they were joking around, some of these videos are fucking wild. Like, huh? It's crazy that the motherfuckers who used to twerk in videos be the same motherfuckers catching bodies. That shit might be scarier than a straight shooter, I can't even cap to you. Like, who are you gonna be more scared of? Somebody who's just gonna kill you? Or somebody who's gonna kill you and take your booty? That shit crazy. I would never be me, bro, fuck that. All jokes aside, I feel I had to bring up the Zesty allegations off how prevalent they are, but I don't think Kshordy for real gay at all. I think he just made some dumb jokes as a kid, and unfortunately now that he's seen as a big gang man, motherfuckers are gonna bring up the most embarrassing parts of his childhood, and that definitely is the most embarrassing part of his childhood. That and the motherfucker deadass had a girlfriend that he cared about. So unless jail turned him out, I'ma vouch and say that he's straight. Not that that even matters, honestly though. Kshordy is the perfect example of the issues people face growing up in Jacksonville, or any gang-infested warring city. He's never seen another way other than sports, rapping, or crime, and it's easiest to fall into the criminal lifestyle off how quickly you can gain from it. Just remember, for as quickly as you can gain from crime, you can be quickly snatched away. Karma is always going to catch up to you, it doesn't matter what your intentions are. If you jump in the deep end, you're eventually going to drown. That's just how it is. If you like this video, be sure to like and comment what you want to see next, subscribe with the bell to be notified of my next uploads, and I'ma not say what I plan on making next because the last two times I capped to y'all like a motherfucker, so I'll just let y'all know what I'm gonna do next on the community tab. Probably another Florida artist, probably another Jacksonville artist, but you never know. With that being said, peace out, chill out.
For the future.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
They're doing their part.